Yo, hey, um, I'm so excited to be here today. Guys, as I promised you that today we'll be talking about spiritual mathematics. So here we are. Um, in these sessions, in the spiritual mathematics sessions, I teach about how to calculate things spiritually. Like for example, Revelations chapter 13, verse 18, the Bible says that, let him that has wisdom, let him that has understanding, count the number of the beast. For the number of the beast is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Notice, the Bible is not saying that the number of the beast is 666. The Bible is saying that, let him that has understanding count the number of the beast. So, you need to count the 666 in order for you to have the actual number of the beast. The number of the beast is not 666. You need to count the 666 in order for you to have the actual number of the beast. So if you can count the number of the beast, you can also count your own number. If you can count the number of the beast, then you can also count the number of the day when you are going to die. If you can count the 77 inside of the Bible, it simply means that you can also count the number of what you are going to prosper. So that is what we do in these sessions, the spiritual mathematics sessions. That is what we do, we count the number of the day when you are going to prosper. We count about the number of the day when you are going to die. You understand? The things that are hidden, the things that it is not normal for a normal human being to understand. That is what we are doing. So today, I am going to jump into it directly because I don't want to waste too much time. So, let's go. Guys, life does not move in the circle. Life, it moves in the spiral. If life was moving in the circle, then we could be doing the same things again and again, but there could not be growth. There could not be a progress. But because life, it moves in the spiral, it gives an opportunity for life to grow. The spiral, it gives an opportunity for life to progress. That today you'll be in the first circle of the spiral. Tomorrow you'll be in the second circle of the spiral. The day after tomorrow you'll be in the third circle of the spiral. So you see, the spiral, it gives an opportunity for life to grow. Just like the way the Bible says it, As Moses lifted up the serpent in Egypt, so shall the Son of a Man be lifted up on the cross. Notice, the lifting up of the serpent in Egypt and the lifting up of Jesus on the cross, it is the same thing. It is the same event. But when it comes to the lifting up of Jesus, there is a progress. There is growth. It is the same thing, but this time around, there is growth. Now, speaking about numbers, numbers are infinity. They are endless. Now, even though numbers are endless, we have 9 vibrations of number, from number 1 to number 9. We can also add the number 0 there, but normally it is from number 1 to number 9, but we can add the number 0. Now, if you know how to interpret the 9 vibrations of numbers, any number that God will use to speak to you, you can interpret that number. Let's say, for example, if God uses the number 30, or what you need to do in order for you to interpret the number 30, if you don't know what the number 30 means spiritually, you need to reduce it into the 9 vibrations of numbers. So you get number 30, you do 3 plus 0. 3 plus 0 is equal to 3. So if God uses the number 30 to speak to you, and you know how to interpret the number 3, then you can interpret the number 30. If God uses the number 30 to speak to you, and you know how to interpret the number 3, then you can interpret the number 30. But now the problem here is the life. Remember, life, it moves in the spiral. And in the spiral, it gives an opportunity for life to grow. So the number 3 and the number 30, it is the same thing, but one, there is a progression. Hope you guys understanding what I am talking about. Hope you guys understanding what I'm talking about. Number 3 and number 30, it is the same thing. If God uses number 30 to speak to you, you should reduce it to the 9 vibrations of number. And if you reduce number 30 to the 9 vibration of number, it's going to give you number 3. So number 3 and number 30, it is the same thing. But because life, it moves in the spiral. So number 30, it is growth of number 3. So when you are interpreting the number 30, you need to understand that there is growth. Now, guys, just think about this, just think about this. When Moses, they were lifting up the serpent in Egypt, by just lifting up the serpent, they understood that in future, there are going to be someone who is going to come and he shall also be lifted up. Just like the way the Bible says, as Moses lifted up the serpent in Egypt, so shall the Son of a Man be lifted up on the cross. So when they were lifting up the serpent, they knew exactly that in the future, there are going to be something that is going to be lifted up. So they just understood that, because in the time when they were here on earth, it was the period of serpent. So one serpent had to be lifted up in Egypt. So they understood that the next age to come is not the age of the serpent, it's going to be the age of sons of men. So one son of a man needed to be lifted up on the cross. That is how they understood. Even in the age of men, the time of Adam was lifted up. So we know that even in the future, there is somebody who is going to be lifted up again. It doesn't need to be on the cross. It doesn't need to be on the cross, because the serpent was not lifted up on the cross. Adam was not lifted up on the cross. It is Jesus who was lifted up on the cross. But all these things are speaking about the same things. Guys, I'm just teaching you on how to interpret numbers. I'm just teaching you how to interpret numbers. So, if God uses the number 30 to speak to you, the number 30, if you reduce it in 9 vibrations of number, that is number 3. When you are interpreting the number 30, you need to understand that it is a growth of the number 3. Are we clear, guys? Are you understanding the things that I am talking about? Now, the way numbers are, we are going to take from number 1 to number 50. First of all, starting from number 1 to number 9, those are the 9, starting from 0 to 9, those are the vibrations of number, they repeat themselves. Now, you need to understand that number 1 is also in tennis. The number 1 in tennis, it is number 10. If you do 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. The number 2 is also in tennis. Number 2 in tennis, it is number 11. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Number 3 is also in tennis. Number 3 in tennis, it is number 12. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Also, number 1 is also in tennis. Number 1 in tennis, it is 28. 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. Number 2 in 20, it is number 20. Number 2 in 20s, it is number 20. Now, if you do 2 plus 0 is equal to 2, number 3 in 20s, it is number 21. The same thing, it goes like, even in 30th, number 1 is there, number 2 is also there, number 3 is there. In 40th, the same thing. Number 1 is there, up to number 9. Everything is there. Now, what I'm trying to say is that when you are born, you start counting your age from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you reach in 10th, the number 1 is repeating again, So it's like you restart your age from age 1. What happened to you when you were 1 year is more likely to happen to you when you are 10 years. I know that what I am talking about you haven't yet understand. The same thing, what happened to you when you were 2 years? That thing is more likely to happen to you when the first cycle of the spiral finishes, you enter into the tennis. Is more likely to happen to you when you are 11 years, because 11, it is also number 2. What happened to you when you were 3? That thing is also more likely to happen to you when you will have 21 or when you have 12 years. Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example inside of the Bible. Recently I gave you the example of number 30. You can reduce it to number 3. Now, number 3, it is a number of divinity. But number 30, that is when Jesus, he began his own ministry. Jesus, he began the ministry when he was 30 years. Now remember, 30 years is number 3. Number 3, in tennis, it is 12. What happened to the ministry of Jesus when he was 12 years? He disappeared. He went to work on his ministry. So why is it that the ministry of Jesus is just following 3? He had to begin his ministry on the age of 30. Also, when he was 12, 12 is number 3. He had also to disappear. So we know that even when he was 21 years, there was something that happened to him. Listen, I know exactly what happened to him. I'm not trying to say everything here. I'm not trying to talk about the things that are not written. The same thing. When he was 3, there was something that happened to him about his ministry. How is it that, the ministry of Jesus is all about 30 years, 12 years, 3. His ministry ended in 3 years. He did his ministry in 3 years. His disciples were 12, 3. When he had to choose the disciples among the 12, he took 3 of them. James, Peter, and John. Hope you guys are understanding what I am talking about. So, what happened to you when you were 1 year? That thing is more likely also to happen to you when you are 10 years. Or what happened to you when you are 1 year? That thing is more likely also to happen to you when you are 19 years, because number 19 is also number 1. What happened to you when you were 1 year? That thing is more likely to happen to you when you are 28 years, because number 28 is also number 1. The things that I am saying right now, you think that is, I'm just trying to, I'm just joking. But if you try to look at the event inside of your life, you'll be able to tell me that, what you said is true. What you said is true. Guys, let me give you another example. I think that I should give you one scientific example so that you guys will be able to understand here. Let me give you one scientific example. Because, the Bible example, it may be difficult for you to understand, because I know that many of you don't read the Bible. You think that it is a foolish book. Bible is deep. Now listen. We say that women, they begin like Ramashanto Kolotra Mikuja Manda Kalia Misancho. Who is this devil that is entering inside of my Raka Kamasapolo Kalibra Mikuja Masantu Yabana? Everybody who is saying the bad things upon my life, those people that I'm seeing in the spiritual realm, speaking bad things about my life, let the things goes to their children in the name of Jesus. Ramashanto Kolotra Mikuja Masakalia Masanto. Ramapolo Yabasanto. Father, let these things go to their children in the name of Jesus. Rakaposo Kalaya Basanto. Ramapolo Yabasanta. I also have a mother. The things that you are speaking upon my life. I think that it should first go to your child so that you can understand how it looks like. Ramakanto Kalia Masanta Kalaya Basanto. Rapasapala Abasanta. The word that I was looking for is a puberty. This English now. The word that I was looking for is puberty. Listen, we say that women, they start their puberty at the age of 8 to the age of 12. From 8 to 13, actually, Now, Let us assume as if the woman started their puberty at the age of 9. It means that 9 years that they start puberty. If you go in tennis, when they reach the number 9 in tennis, the same thing is going to happen to them, that resemble the same things. So the woman that started their puberty at the age of 9, if you go in tennis, the number 9, it is number 18. 1 plus 8, that is 18. It simply means that this woman, she's becoming an adult at the age of 18. She's becoming a full adult at the age of 18. If you go in 40s, number 9 in 40s, it is number 45. It simply means that this woman, she's stopping giving birth at the age of 45. Guys, the woman that becomes an adult at the age of 18 and stop giving birth at the age of 45, it is the one that started the puberty at the age of 9. Even if the scientists, they don't even know that these things are in numbers. If they knew that these things are in numbers, they could help everyone according to their path. Let's say the woman who begins their puberty at the age of 8. They will begin their puberty at the age of 8. Number 8 in tenth, it is number 17. 1 plus 7 is equal to 8. So we know exactly that at the age of 17, this woman, she's becoming a full adult, and she's stopping giving birth at the age of 45. A man that started their puberty at the age of 12. Number 12 is number 3. It simply means that this guy is becoming a full adult. He's becoming an adult at the age of 21. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. When they reach in their 30s, number 30, something is also happening to them that reflect the same things. Are you guys understanding what I am talking about? So, even the scientists, if they knew that these things are in numbers, if they knew that these things are, they are in numbers, they could put them, or they could help everybody according to their path, according to their life path. That is why, guys, these things that I'm... Jesus, please have mercy. If something happened to you when you were 1 year, trust me, the same thing is getting back when you are 10 years. The same thing is getting back when you are 19 years. And if it is a bad thing, you should start praying for it. You should start praying for it. If it's a bad thing, that it should not happen again. Something that happened to you when you are 6 years. I know one prophet who their ministry path is number 6, is the biggest witch on earth. Anyway, I don't want to speak so much. There are things that you speak in public. You think that the people, yet the people who are spiritual, they will understand exactly who you are. Sometimes you may not even understand who you are, but the people who are spiritual, they will understand who you are. How is it that the 3 wise men inside of the Bible, they knew exactly This time around, there must be a king who is going to be born. How did they know it? You know, today we are just talking about the age of human beings. You know, I haven't yet started speaking about the ages, you know, like what is going to happen after 1,000 years. What is going to happen after 2,000 years? You know, I haven't yet started talking about that. You know, right now, we are just talking about what happens in our lives as human beings. Because when it comes to the ages things, you know, it is another formula that you use to calculate these things. It is not the same formula. You understand? So just look inside of your life. Look at the things that have already happened to you that you have a memory with. Please, I want you to start counting. Something that happened to you when you were 5 years. Think about 5 years in a 10th. That is number 14. So do 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Now, in the age of 14, there are also something that happened to you. The same thing, you know, but when you were 14 years, that thing that happened to you, it had some growth. You know, it is the same thing, but in another way. Also, because I did not teach you about the month thing, about the days things and all that. Just look at the age of 14, something that happened to you when you were 5. The age of 14, look at 1 year before and 1 year after, because I did not teach you about the days, the month and all that. Just count the things that have already happened inside of your life. You tell me that, man, we've been joking with the spiritual things. We've been joking. You understand it? So now, I think that I'm not going to eat the oak cake, you know. I wanted to teach you about the day when you are going to die, but I was like, no. I'm not doing that. I will teach in, you know, there is a group that I've already, like the membership group that I've already opened on my YouTube channel. You know, if you want to subscribe there, you can subscribe. This Wednesday, that is what I am going to teach. I'm going to teach about the day that you are going to die exactly. You know, you are going to count by yourself, and you will know exactly that this day, it is the day that I'm going to die. Even the time, even in the minute, we can locate that. We can even locate the minute. I'm not joking, guys. I'm telling you the truth, the fact. I'm not joking. So, next week on Wednesday, we are going to count that. Listen, me, I know everything about my life. I know the day when I'm going to prosper. I know the day when I need to move from one place to another in order for me to go to that place and make it. I know the day when I need to become famous on the internet. You know, there are some people who have been telling me that, oh, Shoko, you know, you need to force these things, you know, you need to start speaking about other prophets, you know, you need to start exposing them and all that. So that these people will see that, they'll see that you are exposing them, and they'll start giving you money so that they can silence you. It's not everybody who deals, everyone does not deal with things the same way that you deal with. You understand? And also, the God that I serve is not a God of trend followers. My God is a trend maker. All what he knows is to make trends, not to follow trends. My God is not a trend follower. No. So I don't need to follow the trend. I don't need to insult someone. I don't need to expose someone in order for me to make it in life. I understand my life very well. All what I need is to remain where God left me. You understand? And if I'm not doing that, if I'm not remaining where God left me, it simply means that I will not be protected by Him. So I know exactly what I need to do in this moment. When the time comes, I will not even expose anyone in my life. Never. I don't serve a trendy follower God. No. I serve a trendy maker God. Chilowe Chamakanda, the God of Elijah, the God of Moses, the God of Prophet Hubert Angel, the God of Prophet Elias. You understand? Those are the real things. Those are the real people. You understand? It is not all about trying to expose people. No. We are not doing that. We are not trying to do that. Oh, expose this one and then you are going to make money. No. It is not like that. So you understand now, guys? That is, make sure that you go and you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and also subscribe to the membership. That is the only way that you can make yourself to grow spiritually more. Because right now I don't want to teach in public. I don't want to teach in public certain things. I only want to teach to the people that are ready, to the people that are willing. You understand? I want to teach to the people that are willing. So you can subscribe. Just subscribe for 1 month, and then after 1 month you are going to cancel the subscribe. You understand? Just to see after 1 month where you will be spiritually. The spiritual things, it is not all about forcing yourself, like, I need to concentrate so much in order for me to see. No. You just need to see. Many of these prophets that you follow on the internet, many of them, guys, they don't see anything in the spiritual realm. Trust me. They are zero. But guess what? These are the people that you guys love, These are the people that you love. So, you like to be you like to be deceived, That is what you like. If you want the real things, I started doing the things seriously when I understood that. Not that I've already been a fake. No. I just became more serious when I realized that people have real problems. People's problems need to be solved. You understand? That is when I started following the spiritual things. Like I said, no. Before I was making some jokes and all that. this time around, it is not all about jokes. This time around, I'm going for it 100%. My head, my legs, my foot, everything is in the spiritual things. So you need to subscribe. You need to become spiritual. You only need 1 month in the membership group in order for you to be able to start seeing spiritually. And I'll only be giving you 1 teaching per week. 1 teaching per week. And then I'll be making some videos sometimes, some days, but 1 teaching per week. And also, if you don't want to pay, it does not mean that you cannot hear this gospel that I'm teaching here. I'm teaching the gospel, the regular ones, that if you listen to it, you are going to be saved, you are going to heaven. But if you want to go some extra miles, you can start prophesying, you can start singing in the spirit, come into my group, my membership group. You understand? So that is, guys, it's not that we are selling the gospel. We are not. The money that you are paying on the membership is not the selling of gospel. That one is just a. That one is just a. That one is just a. For the people who are serious. You understand? The people that are serious. The people that they want to go the extra mile. Me, I've been through a lot dealing with these people, dealing with people. I've been through a lot, man. Some people they just want to push you doing, there are people who comes in private and they ask me for help. I pray for them. And at the end of the day, they will tell me that, I don't want to be seen in public. It is actually crazy, guys. You cannot come that I pray for you. I pray for you, and then you are healed, or the miracle happens, and then you are like, oh, I don't want to be seen on public. I just like, so you want me to become your private prophet. Guys, it's crazy. It is crazy. If you want me to become your private prophet, subscribe to my membership. Right now, I'm not receiving any message of anyone who wants me to pray for them in private. There are so many people who have been doing that. There are so many people who have been doing that. I don't like it anymore because, I think that many of you like, it is not using me. You just want to use God, but you don't want to you don't want to help God to spread the gospel. And also, guys, the end of this year, we will start doing some, I'll be giving the rewards to the people that will be helping me to spread the gospel. You understand? For those who will be helping me to spread the gospel, I'll be giving them rewards at the end of every, maybe I need to look, maybe at the end of every 3 months, maybe we are going to do that, or at the end of every 2 months, I'll be giving you guys the reward. There is no work for free. The only thing that we were given for free, it is salvation. Salvation, we were given it for free. But Even the people that God has sent to go and preach, He has promised to pay them. At the end of the time, I'll give you the crown of life. At the end of time, I'll do you this, I'll do that, I'll do this. God cannot just use you. You need a reward for what you do. So that is, guys, it is what it is. May God bless you all. Ndimi. Yo, my bro, how are you doing, bro? Ndimi. Bro, I was thinking about you, man, today, man. I think that we need to speak in a private. I'll text you tomorrow morning. I'll text you because right now when I finish going live, I'm going into something. So I will text you tomorrow, my bro, and then we are going to speak in private. Ndimi. This nigga here, this man here, oh my God, please, Jesus. This man here, is actually my friend we grew up with. We grew up into the same place. He actually the one who taught me many of the things, especially when it comes to the technology things, He taught me the technology things and all that. Ndimi's mind was very open, like very open, like since day one, man. This nigga, man, was a real nigga. So my bro, I will text you tomorrow. We are going to talk. I have a message for you.